Hey guys, what's up? It's Allison, and today I am coming back at you with my September reading wrap up. And if you saw me in the shirt in the last wrap up, no, you didn't. That's all I have to say. This is my favorite shirt ever. So, yeah, don't worry about it. But September was the best reading month I had in a long time, not in terms of how many books I read, but in terms of my rating. Almost all of these books were a 5-star for me. And I'm not that harsh of a rater, but these were just some of the best books I've read this year. And I'm just so excited to share these with you guys because they were mostly all amazing. So let's get started. The first 2 books that I read this month were Legendary and Finale. And I picked up both of these books. I read Caraval a while back. I'm pretty sure I gave it a 4.75 stars. And I gave these both 5 stars. I feel like the Caraval series is heavily underrated. I mean, it's very popular, but I feel like a lot of people just don't, they're not their favorite books. And I just loved these books, especially the second one, Legendary. Follows, Caraval follows Scarlet, Dragna. She is one of the sisters, and then this one follows Donatella Dragna, which is the other sister. Caraval was really good. It was just kind of a lot, but these next two books, just like vamped up, like just really leveled up the series in my opinion. I just loved how whimsical and magical the world was. It was kind of like an Alice in Wonderland vibe. And I don't know what really convinced me to pick these books up this month, but I'm so glad that I did because I really loved them. And so this one, as I said, follows Donatella and Legend, and it's a whole just kind of mystery there. And then this one follows both sisters and both of their love interests. So it's like a switching timeline kind of deal. But yeah, I mean, I just loved this series, and I cannot wait to start the spin-off series, which is Once Upon a Broken Heart. I have it down there. And who knows when I'll pick it up, but I'm just so excited. I loved these books so much. I love the covers. I highly recommend this series if you haven't checked them out, and they're so good. I just love them so much. And then I read Addicted After All by Kristen Beccarucci, which is the 6th book in the Addicted series, if you can believe it. I'm finally on the 6th book of the Addicted series. And this one is Lily and Lo's last standalone story. So it's kind of their happily ever after. And I gave this one a 5 stars. Lily and Lo aren't my favorite couple in the book, even though they're the main characters, but this book really made me see them in kind of a different light. I can't really say that much since it's the 6th book in the series, but as I've said multiple times, this is a really amazing series. The found family is amazing, and I just highly recommend you pick them up because they get better and better as the series goes on. Like, the first couple books are not that great, in my opinion, but just like after the first couple of books, the series just is so amazing. I'm so excited to read Rose's and Connor's Happily Ever After because they are my favorite couple, and their book comes out in December, so I have to wait a little bit longer. But yeah, it was very bittersweet to read their ending, Lily and Lo's ending, and kind of see the series start to wrap up, which is kind of sad, but yeah. Then I read The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston, I think, and she is the author of The Dead Romantics. This book has been circulating everywhere, and I give this one a 5 stars as well. I don't know if I'm just throwing out 5 stars, if I was just feeling very nice this month, but this book follows Clementine and Iwan, and basically the book is about an apartment that it's her apartment, it's her aunt's old apartment, and when she steps into it, sometimes it takes her back 7 years into the past. That's where she meets Iwan. They, have a very they spark romance, whatever. But when she leaves the apartment, she doesn't see him anymore. Then she connects with the presence Owan and where he is now, and kind of comes into contact with him. And it's just an amazing story. I loved the thought behind this book and kind of the lessons you learn in the book. I just felt like it did deal with some rough topics, but it was just such a sweet romance. I loved both of the characters, how genuine they were, just how wholesome their romance was. And I don't know, it was just such a bright and just amazing romance, because it was so much more than a romance, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, and the cover's beautiful. I loved this book so much. I really recommend everybody pick this book up if you haven't yet, but basically the whole population has kind of picked this book up already. So yeah, I love this book. And the last book I read was for our book club, and that was Throttled by Lauren Asher. And this was the only book that wasn't a 5-star for me this month, and I ended out on it, so that kind of stunk a little bit, but it was still an okay book. I would say a 3.75 to 4 stars. This is the first in the Dirty Air series. I think there's 4 books. She also has the fine print Dreamland Billionaire series, which I started. But this one's about Noah and Maya. Noah is an F1 race car driver, and Maya is the sister of his competition. And it's just their little romance. There's nothing really crazy about it. And that's kind of why I didn't give this one a 5 stars, because there was just nothing really crazy. It was just a romance. Like, it was fine. But I'm definitely going to continue it anyways, because that's just kind of what I do. So, yeah, I mean, it was an alright romance. It wasn't my favorite, but yeah, so that was it for the reading month. Not a lot of books were read, but they were just so good, all of the books that I read. And I highly recommend all of these series and standalones to you guys, because they are just some of my favorites. So yeah, short and sweet video for you guys. Be on the lookout. I know I say this all the time, but I am going to have some content planned for this month. I'm going to do a little spooky reading vlog for October, and I have a couple other ideas planned that we may get to in this month. So just keep on the lookout for that. Subscribe, follow my Bookstagram, Allison Turns the Page, for more book content, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks.